Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here playing Tell Me Why. Welcome to Chapter 2. This is my video for all the collectibles and missable achievements in this chapter. Sorry I didn't get this video out sooner. As soon as this chapter starts and you gain control of your character, you'll be playing as Allison. All you want to do is walk forward, turn around in the kitchen. You'll notice Tyler underneath the sink scrubbing some stuff. Just make sure you put a post-it note to his back and you will get the Kick Me achievement. Next up, we can grab the first collectible in this episode or chapter. It'll be underneath the kind of dining room table nook. You'll have to look underneath and then pull it off. It's stuck to the bottom of the table here. As with all my guides for these types of games, I try my best to avoid spoilers when possible, so you don't have to worry too much. Eventually, what you'll do is you'll have to clean the coffee table in the middle of the room. And as you're cleaning it, before ending the conversation, look down, you'll notice what is called a moo box. If you pick it up and turn it around, it'll make a weird noise. Now, as the conversation is going, all you'll want to do is just keep turning it over and over. You'll have to turn it over at least 10 times. And as you do this, Tyler will have different comments to make to you. At first, he'll say you're being stupid, it's not funny, what's the point of that thing? And eventually, he will lighten up a little bit more and more and more, until eventually he'll say, yeah, it is actually kind of funny. And once he agrees with you that the moo box is funny, the achievement will unlock. The one thing to keep in mind here is that if he is actively trying to do something else, he may not respond immediately, so just keep turning it over and over, and make sure you do what he's asking you if he's not responding correctly. Next, we have the Guess Who achievement. This one's pretty easy, but it is technically missable. Eventually, without spoiling too much, Tyler will go to the drawer and pull out some of your drawings. He will put them on the table for you, and you'll realize that the people in the Book of Goblins are based on real-life people, and you'll have to match the pictures to their real-life counterparts. This one's pretty easy. You just have to look up to remember who the people are. But the order for this one is in the bottom left corner, you will want the pelican. In the top middle, you will want the moose. And in the bottom right, you will want the bear. I believe it's the same every time, so you'll just need to make the one switch. And once you have this in the correct order, you'll want to show it to Tyler. He'll ask you if you're sure, and you have to say you are definitely sure. Once you do this, the achievement should unlock.
You know, I think you might be onto something. What about these guys?
We're then a little bit later on in the chapter. We are at the police station going for Collectible 2. We're going to enter from the top floor from the outside. Again, not giving too much away here. And we're going to make our way into Eddie's office. There's a bunch of things you want to do here. But before we're going to do those things, we'll probably just want to grab the collectible, which is located inside of his drawer on the left side of his desk. So open up that drawer, take the moose, and that is your second collectible.
There's no turning back now.
We're now inside of the archives room trying to figure out the mystery about what happened the day Marianne died. And you'll eventually go through some boxes, and you'll go through this box with the autopsy in it, and you'll go to the computer and you'll have a bunch of categories on the left hand side that you can sort through to find different things on the computer. And what we want is we want to select the Ronin children and the recording tags. If you don't have these tags, it means you just have to keep searching through boxes until you get more tags. And then what you can do is go to the actual archive and play the audio recording to get the recording of the 911 call you made back when this happened for the first time. It's actually a pretty good listen and gives you some decent backstory too. You'll then gain control of Tyler inside of the store, and Allison will be behind the counter actually working her job, and you'll agree to help. You'll go to this kind of back room where they stock the shelves, and here you'll be interacting with Michael a little bit. But before we do that, we'll want to grab the collectible found on the drawer next to the fridge here, so make sure you grab that before moving on. Now, after that, we can actually get the Remember Strange Vampyr achievement, and this is a little bit of an Easter egg to some of Don't Nod's other games. If you look at the poster behind Michael, you'll notice that this is a Life is Strange reference. They actually call it Life Being Weird as a joke. And there are 3 of these posters in the room. We're going to take a look at all of them. So that one was a Life is Strange reference. This next one is going to be a reference to Vampyr, or some people call Vampire. I'm still not sure what that game is officially called, but this poster right here, you're going to have to interact with it as well. And then there is a third poster of a small little, like, animal panda sipping on some kind of, like, energy drink for Loco style beverage. And I think this is supposed to be a reference to Remember Me, which is their first game, but I'm not entirely sure. I think this was one of the fake products in that game. But once you interact with all 3 posters in this room, you will unlock this pretty rare achievement. It'll probably remain rare. Last but not least, we can grab Sharpshooter at the end of this section with Michael. What you'll do is you'll have to guess the amount of plushies inside of a box. I ended up guessing that there were like 11 or whatever, or 14. The highest number there was. It doesn't really matter. Eventually, though, what happens is you guys start having a little bit of a fight where you start trying to throw these plushies at each other. And the first person to 3 hits wins. This fight is pretty easy. For the first 2 hits, I just kind of stayed exactly where I spawned. And then I moved over to the left for the 3rd hit. And as soon as I got all 3 hits here, they kind of ended off the fight. There was some words exchanged to let you know that you were the winner as Tyler, and the achievement should unlock thereafter. Next, we have made our way to the cemetery, and now we can grab collectible number 4. There will be a gate in front of you that you have to open as part of the story, so I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens before or after. There's a very obvious gate. You'll go through some memories. There's a totem pole on our left here, and then we'll take a right-hand turn, noticing a gravestone directly in front of us. I don't know who it belongs to be honest, but what you can do is you can look behind it and notice a box. This was actually a box that you left here way back in the day, and somehow it has withheld the test of time. Open it up and find your 4th collectible inside. Make sure you grab it before moving on. Now, last but not least, the final collectible is found upon entering the barn nearing the end of this chapter. There would have been a small fire that is now put out, but as soon as you enter, you can just kind of ignore everything and go to the back room. Here you can examine the shelf on the bottom right-hand corner, which is open. Now, you have to wait for all the dialogue to finish, but eventually when that dialogue does finish, you'll be able to pick up this 5th and final collectible in order to have all of them for this chapter, as well as be on your way to all of the Missable achievements. So you should be 100% for 100% through the first 2 chapters. But I will have a video for chapter 3 the day that comes out. Don't forget to drop a like if you found this video helpful. Share the video with a friend. A super special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Shout out Puffy Vins and Elder Ghost. I'll see you soon. Peace.